The Garlic Jr. arc of Dragon Ball Z is our first arc in Dragon Ball where it is completely original and not based off of anything Akira Toriyama made. At least there are a few handful segments here and there that may have been Toriyama's ideas, but 98% of this entire saga, apart from the design and Akira Toriyama's style of it all, is completely original. So this is going to be very interesting to talk about, because like with the Dead Zone movie with the same villain, I have mixed feelings about the Garlic Jr. saga. In fact, I have mixed feelings about Garlic Jr. in general. To me, Garlic Jr. is one of the most forgettable Dragon Ball villains ever. Aside from a fine villainous voice and presence with his final buff form, I don't find him to be that compelling of a character. I mean, I understand his backstory and his home world and how he came to be, but not much of that is done enough for me to care about the character. There's no moment where we are truly invested with his story and his backstory to care about the conflict in general, either in Dead Zone or in this saga, which makes for one of the weaker Dragon Ball villains in my opinion, and is the biggest reason why I didn't care much about this saga like I did with Dragon Ball Z, the Dead Zone movie. Now, there are a few good elements here. As always, the action sequences are a lot of fun to watch. I really like the segments where Piccolo and Krillin need to plan out what they need to do in order to win the fight, and seeing Kame and Popo try to join in on the fight after being captured is a lot of fun to watch as well. I like seeing them try to figure stuff out, and the beginning of this saga I actually found pretty good. I like seeing where Gohan and his family are at the point in this story. I like seeing all of Goku's friends trying to wait for him and trying to keep that friend circle going and being their lovable selves. And if you want fan service in Dragon Ball, Marin has got you covered. I doubt there was a single Dragon Ball fan back in the day who didn't had a crush on this girl. The character designers for this character they were cooking something different back then. I mean, Bulma was a baddie. Chi-Chi, at least in the original saga when she became an adult, was also pretty cute. Marin is on a completely different level and stays at that level of denseness. She has a much emptier head than Goku. She's a ditzy klutz and is only there to really give Krillin a girlfriend of sorts, and for him to showcase that he is moving on. Krillin's all fancy and everything, and that whole segment is just bizarre, really. And then we transfer over to the characters turning into vampires because of the black mystical mist that Garlic Jr. is spreading around the world to turn everyone into monsters to take over the place. And that segment is also bizarre but kind of fun. But then we get to Garlic Jr. and it's just like standard stuff. Still, the fight sequences there are fun, but all in all, it just became standard Dragon Ball stuff where the characters had to face off the minions first, then they gotta face off Garlic Jr., and then he transforms into his final form. Gohan gets the drop on him, and they send him back to the Dead Zone. Overall, this saga was, like the movie, is fine. Didn't care for it. There are a lot of elements that I do like, but again, the story and the villain himself just held it back for me for truly appreciating it. Again, this is like a rainy day, play in the background type of saga, but I would, again, like with the Dead Zone movie, watch anything else before this one. I'm going to give Dragon Ball Z, the Garlic Jr. Saga, a C+. And now with that non-canonical saga out of the way, we can finally go back to the real shit. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys next time.